up, y'all? We're back. We're back. Yes, we're talking about the year. We talk like this podcast right here at the Comedy Hype Studio. Well, it's not the Comedy Hype Studio anymore. It's a Hypers Club.
Hypers Club.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, thank y'all so much for subscribing. But we need more people to subscribe. All right, y'all subscribe.
God
like,
damn, what we gotta do?
comment, all that. Yeah, we got to get better.
Somebody, do we have to beg?
Yeah. Who's Steve got to blow?
Whoa!
To get these news.
Maybe that's the problem.
Special service.
I'm not gonna sell my soul like they did. They had trains ran on and everything, and we still at square one. But anyway, y'all, we back, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. But be sure to subscribe to the podcast, man. Our YouTube channel, our IG page. Yeah, we talk like this for real. The number, and y'all, let's get it, man. Let's just join the fun, man, and let's do what we do.
All right, so listen, man. You know, we got a new administration, and with this new administration, it seems like they're trying to take us back to the Stone Age, right?
Sure.
Trying. Yeah, they're succeeding, and a lot of this DEI stuff is stirring up a lot of controversy in our communities. Like, oh, you were trying to take away everything that civil rights leaders fought so hard for to bring us equality in this country. But I recently saw a post where this guy was interviewing this young lady on train, and he said, what do you think about segregation? She was like, I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah?
Bring it back.
Wow.
Bring back whites only. Separate it all. I want to know who don't like me.
Whoa. So was this a black woman that said this?
It's a black woman that said it. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm with it.
The water fountain?
Nah.
If that's what they want, stop hiding. Stop hiding.
All right, so tell us why you with it, Sean.
Because when we were segregated as a people, we had everything we ever. My mother told me you didn't have to leave your neighborhood for nothing. For a damn thing, because everything was in our neighborhood that we needed. Every doctor was in our neighborhood. You didn't have to go. We own grocery stores. We own banks. We own bus companies. We even own airlines. Our own private airlines. We had it all. Wow. Martin Luther King said he said. Segregation. I felt like I led my people into a burning house.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, all of this, the segregation thing, it was happening, and we were flourishing. Especially in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, but it was
that was just one of them.
There was a bunch of Tulsas.
Tons of them.
Tulsa's just the most famous one, but it was a Tulsa in every city.
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying, especially in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I get where you're coming from, but right now, it seems like they're taking everything. So if we decided to segregate ourselves, we wouldn't have much. We wouldn't have much because
this might be the best thing that ever happened to us, bro. To rely on ourselves again.
Because back then, really, people get it all twisted. But what they wanted equal pay for equal work, and don't brutalize us. They wanted the cops, the law to work for them. That's all they wanted. It wasn't about I want my child to sit beside somebody, a white child. You got to think. Black folks hated white folks back then. About what was taking place year after year after year. They didn't give a fuck about white people, about being around white people.
But could you blame them?
No,
you couldn't blame.
Not at all.
Couldn't blame us
but
at all.
the thing of it is, it was a tactic. They don't see us as human. How can we make them see us as human? Well, if they are forced to sit beside us, they'll see we're no different from them. It backfired because what happened is our best and our brightest ran to the white side. And then they didn't reach back. So all our doctors, all our lawyers, all our bright people went to that side, and it's still happening today. People they cringe about their children possibly going to a HBCU. They don't want their children doing that, and it's so. If we went back to just like my man said earlier, segregating our mind to make it black people a priority. I don't want to do the water fountain shit. That will fucking aggravate the living shit out of me. But we make us a priority, we'll be fine.
All right. So I'm not with going back to it. I think the way our social economic structure is now, it is predicated upon an integrated society.
Stop trying to be deep, lad.
I'm not. And so I think it's predicated upon everything's interchanged. Everything's it's mixed up, and I think that's on purpose to a certain degree. What I think by saying that we could segregate again, what I think you do, I think we're underestimating the resolve of white men. Right now, what we're experiencing is the blowback from just a black man being president. Imagine what the blowback would be if you niggas say that you want to be separate. Can you imagine the blowback? And then the second piece of it, from a financial standpoint, what I think they would do is freeze us out. I think what we describe when we visualize segregation, we visualize it, I think, in a perfect world concept where we all gonna get on the same page, we all gonna do it, and we all gonna just make this sacrifice and give up all of the gains that we have got to come back and then rebuild, because that's what would have to happen if we segregated. We got to give up all the gains, fall all the way back, then rebuild from the ground up. I think that's
nobody has the patience for that.
Yeah, I think that's a tall ask for
black
people.
Folks can't agree on the sky being blue.
I think that's a tall ask. And then the second thing, two more things. One, I think they would freeze us out financially. I think white men would burn the house down before they share it. Because that's what's happening right now.
That's what's happening right now.
They rather burn the house down and share it.
They're so racist. They hurt their own self, and they still. I see interviews of people. I would still vote for Trump.
Yeah,
and he killing me, and I still vote. I'm that racist.
That's what I'm saying. So, and then the last thing is, we're not in a position. We could have if we were not going to integrate, we should have stayed unintegrated in the 60s. But now, for example, if we did it, one of the people who own the least amount of houses in America is black people.
Right.
Most of your revenue for your local government comes from property tax. Do you really think the majority are going to give you an equal share of this revenue, knowing that you don't contribute equally to this revenue? See what I'm saying? So what they're gonna do is come up with a law and say, well, no, you only own 2% of the houses, so we're gonna give you 2% of the budget.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. See what I'm saying? So right now, I think if we was gonna run that game plan,
you think it's that low?
I think it's higher than that, but
I know a lot of black people own houses.
Yeah, no, I think it's higher than. I'm just saying, from conversation purposes, whatever that percentage of ownership is, what they'll try to say is low, and what they'll try to say is that's the amount of the revenue that you're entitled to, because that's all you do.
I think you got a point where, I mean, if y'all just imagine if Black Wall Street were to flourish, where would we be as a people right now?
Oh my God.
It was never. If those were never burned to the ground, where would we? Can you just imagine where we'd be as a people?
I think even today, though, we are more powerful. Don't nothing move without black culture. We drive everything. We drive the culture. We everything, And so if we just sat down and understood that, came together as a unit and moved as a unit, we are so much more powerful. But we just fight.
Hey man, listen, you're definitely right, man. Nothing moves without the empowerment of black people. And we and the sad part is, again, like you said, we don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? We will not come together unless boots on the ground is playing.
Yeah.
Where them fans at?
Where them fans?
One of our problems is there's too many subgroups. It's too many fucking subgroups, man. And they take that term, we don't all exist in a monolith, and they have perverted it, because it's like if you ain't if you a hotep nigga and people ain't hotepping like you hotepping, they bad. If you a gay nigga and you ain't accepting gay shit like they accepting gay shit, you bad. If you a black feminist and you ain't serving up your nuts like a bunt cake, then you fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? If you with the black church and you ain't worshiping God like I'm worshiping God, you bad.
You bad.
So it's like we got too many subgroups, man.
Yep.
To where everybody suffers.
And that's why I'm not with it. The concept of only dealing with us. Oh, that I freaking love that. You know what I'm saying? I love the concept of it, but I just don't think the way things are right now. I think it's an unrealistic want. Because again, is it fair to ask somebody who has bust their ass to create a financial empire to give all that up?
Well, they have to give it all up.
Yeah.
You think they would have to give it all up?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So
you can't take away what I got.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You don't have to take away what you got. But you remember, when we talk about segregation, we talking about you no longer could go into Charles Schwab. You no longer could go into Bank of America. You got to go to the black bank.
That's
what segregation
the thing was. segregation from people that want to segregate from us. Charles Schwab ain't turning down no money. I don't give a damn who it come from.
But what I'm saying, that's
Charles Schwab, they see money.
No, but the rule would be, because when people talk about segregation, they say, no, don't invest with Charles Schwab. You need to find you a black bank.
But hold on, but Lab, back in the day when we were segregating, the black bank was flourishing.
The black bank was flourishing.
It was booming.
So they had nowhere else to
They
go.
had nowhere else to go.
We had
Okay,
to-
but
yeah.
that's the point.
That's the point. Yeah.
That's the point.
If all of us got an account at Citizens Bank,
But you,
how big is Citizens Bank?
We still got to work with them. We still got to work.
but what are you going to do? But what are you going to do until a black Charles Schwab presents itself?
Well, I think
personally.
personally,
Okay, Lab, I see what you're saying, but
what are you going to do with your money until?
I know what you listen to this thing. I know what you're saying. You're saying, okay, this can't work. But don't you think there were people when the Montgomery boycott bust started, it was like, man, that shit ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
you know, there's a ton of niggas, that shit ain't
Yeah.
gonna work. It's gotta start somewhere.
But you thinking about it from a perspective of people said it didn't work, but what wouldn't happen back then is the people that nobody would have gotten on the news say, I wish them niggas would stop marching. They just would be in the house. I can't believe you niggas is out there marching. See how they stayed? They kept that disagreement amongst us. But right now,
But they ain't had no platform.
yeah, and that's my.
Cause
they
Hence
have
what I'm
social
saying
media.
is,
Yeah, they had
hence my first statement of how everything is set up now, the social and the economic, the way things are set up now. You're not going to get. Listen, you're not going to get these niggas to give up these J's. They're not happening. They're not giving up these Jordans. They're not giving up these Benzes.
If it ain't no Jordans to get,
they ain't giving up these Benzes.
Niggas have always been clashing. But the difference is between now and back then, say there's a goal that the community got to meet. We having a meeting about it, right?
Yeah.
We agree on the goal. We just don't agree on the tactic how to get there. So there's you in the room negotiating. You say you got 50 people in the room. 49 people in the room agree we need to do this to get there. One motherfucker, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers is tripping. Oh, wait up. Let him out. Let him out.
Yeah.
That's how they handled that back then.
Yeah.
Get your fucking ass out, and you ain't got no recourse. You ain't nobody to scream to. Now, everybody on this.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
On this
You put them out now, they going to.
Sean, get out.
Either you with us before
you know what? Speaking of this black bank thing, man, if I owned the black bank, I would let all three of y'all in because I know y'all should be overdrawn. I'd be making money. Them overdraft fees, I'd be killing you niggas.
You never make no money off me, baby.
Check them out,
You never make it.
Sean, I'll be hitting your ass up with them overdraft fees.
I'd be like, man, I go down and, man, give me my goddamn $12.50 out of this goddamn account.
I just think there's a better way to handle it. Don't get me wrong. I acknowledge all of our issues. I just think there's a better way to handle it. And I give you a better solution. To me, a better solution is everybody handle your fucking house.
Nigga.
Just handle. Don't worry about Sean. Don't worry about the nigga up the street. Make sure the people in your house do what the fuck they're supposed to do.
Hold on.
Simple.
So
make sure
elaborate more on what you're saying.
That's what I'm about to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So make sure. So if I got two kids, if I got a son, a daughter, and a wife, a son and daughter and a girlfriend, or a son and daughter, my mama live with me. I make sure they good. I make sure my mama's taken care of. I make sure she gets to the doctor. I make sure we have a great relationship. We talk, we interact. I make sure my son is not outside at 2:00 in the morning. I make sure I show up to parent teacher conferences. I make sure I got the teachers back. I show up to city council meeting to say, hey, my kid's school is fucked up. Because I got to do that because I'm still taking care of my kids. Just handle and take care of the people that's in your house.
In other words, clean up around your own
and
front
if
door.
Everybody take care of their house, by default, everything will handle itself.
Yep. People don't understand that. I mean,
everything can handle itself.
It will help a lot, but there's a lot of people that don't got no house. There's so many fatherless people out here. They just rely. You're saying that's our start, and that's a good
even
start.
if it's a single mom, single mom, make sure your son is not at 2:00 in the morning. Single mom, make sure you're not talking to your but handling your business also even before that. Single mom, make sure your daughter doesn't get pregnant before she's ready to have a child. Make sure at 16 your daughter
Stop being a friend.
Put her on some birth control. You don't want to. I don't care that you're not fucking. I know that we're in a bad situation. I'm living check to check. I'm struggling already. The last thing I can afford is for you to bring a baby into this world.
And we know how hot
now.
you is.
And we know how hot
We know you
is.
throwing
Exactly.
that thing under the bleachers.
So put her on. So put her. You's a bad mother.
You know you throwing that thing back under the bleachers.
Yeah. So that's still handling your business. See what I'm saying? See, so now, even if I can only prevent you from having a child till you leave my house at 18 or 19, I still have done a service to the community because I made sure that there wasn't a teen mother out here. See what I'm saying?
Isn't it amazing how what you describing, the kids who come from that do better, but nobody wants to. A child is
They're not celebrated.
Is a empty glass to be poured into, not to be drank from. You stupid motherfucker. You don't. I don't understand how children are your friends. You treat them like they're your peers, and y'all perpetuate this shit, and you encourage this shit. And then when the kids are out here, they don't respect authority, they don't respect adults, and they out here wild, and you still want to say, well, we better now. Are we?
But Marv, here's the thing: the kids that we speak of, or y'all been speaking of, they don't get celebrated. The YNs do. You'd rather talk about YNs than talk about these young kids who have a high IQ, or they've already been accepted into or offered these college scholarships to major universities. We don't celebrate that. We talk about other stuff. So pretty much, Lab, I like what you said about taking care of your own situation. You know what I'm saying? Clean up around. And I think John from Comedy Hype, excuse me, I'm sorry, I keep saying Comedy Hype, Hypers Club. He said the segregation mentally. To me, that hit home a lot.
Well, this the thing. I don't even think it's gonna be up to us. They're trying to segregate us.
Trying to do it.
So I'm like, well, fuck it, let's go with it.
I
Instead of fighting it,
I feel like
there ain't no fighting it.
I feel like it's more than that. I feel like they're literally trying to start a race war.
Yes, and I will say this. I will say this. And I will say this:
they're doing a lot of disrespectful things, like the thing with the Arlington National Cemetery.
What was the point of that?
You're defacing Black, Latinos, and women, and I don't understand that. And I just don't understand it.
Don't understand it. It's going to happen. So roll with it, bro. Ain't no stopping it.
For some reason, I don't understand about that side. Conservatives feel like they the only ones got weapons.
Got what?
Weapons.
Oh.
They talk that crazy shit. Like ain't no everybody over here. Just
well, this the thing. This the thing, Marv. I don't think taking it to the street is gonna be the answer.
No, it's not. But you can defend your perimeter.
You can defend yourself, but going to the street is what they want. Once you go to the street, now he's going to declare martial law.
Gonna declare. I know that's what he wants.
That's what they want.
That's what he wants.
They want to declare martial law.
That's
so Black people stay your ass at home.
That's what they want.
I'm gonna give you a solution. You got a problem with something in this country? This is what we need to do. Stay home. Everybody stay home. Call in sick for a week. See what happens.
Yeah.
Everybody in this country call in sick
for 1 week.
For 1 week.
If we move as a group,
if every just Black person, just
every Black person,
just Black,
a third of Black people,
just for a week, take your vacation. Everybody plan to take it first week of October. Everybody do that. And when I say everybody, we talking McDonald's workers,
NBA
players, everybody for a week. Don't do nothing. I don't answer emails. Don't do nothing. Just for a week.
Just go quiet.
Just go quiet. Go dark.
We ain't ask you to walk and march in the street. Sit your ass on your couch.
Take your vacation day. They ain't even saying
take your
vacation day.
You know what? But you know who's really kind of starting this thing off? Black women. Like white women, like we need to march together. Black women, like no, we're gonna sit this one out.
No, sit it out.
So I commend.
Stay out in the streets, bro.
Doing what y'all doing.
Stay out. They can't wait to mow your ass down.
Real quick, what do y'all think about this? This segregation thing? Y'all hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Let us know what y'all think. Should we go back to segregation? And what is your take?
It ain't should we go back. We going. They headed back, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is, accept it. And let's flourish from it because it may be one of the best things that ever happened to us.
If it happens now, and I think that they are putting things in place where it wouldn't shock me if that's where we ended up at the end of the year. So it wouldn't shock me because getting the moves that's being made, it wouldn't shock me.
But why not prepare for it?
And once that
happens, help HBCUs.
Yeah, once that happens,
Why? But why not
We
prepare
did.
for it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but why not prepare for it now?
How do you prepare for that?
That's the question. So that's why we're here. But the thing is, and people in the comments, y'all can chime in as well. But I'm saying, since we see it trending that way, why not prepare for it? Why not? Okay.
I tell you, I prepare for it. All of that, them $3,000 of Dracar you still holding on to.
Yeah.
Go on, pour all that out.
$3,000 for what?
Dracar.
The cologne?
No. See that's where you're wrong.
Cologne.
That's where you're wrong. Is Stetson.
Okay.
Stetson.
I thought you only had a case of that. So,
No.
pour all that out.
Cool water.
Pour all of that out. And get you some of these natural oils that they selling on the corner. Get you
So I gotta make my mama get rid of her red door.
Yes. That white diamond. Girl, tell her pour all that white diamond.
Exclamation.
My mother love Angel. My mother love that Angel. That's
So
what
I gotta stop drinking Reuniti.
On ice. Yes. On ice.
needy.
Go. That's how you prepare. Go on back to corn liquor.
This is the thing, bro. If we gonna do it when we were segregated and Black Wall Street thrived, the first generation didn't thrive. They suffered. And then the next generation got better. The next generation got better to where it was a whole community.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was burned to the ground.
Yeah. You own a weapon?
I do not.
You own a weapon?
Yeah. I own several.
Yeah.
I got a bow and arrow.
You gotta get a weapon though.
Hey man, I noticed something. Ever since you wore them glasses, you think you Malcolm X today. You ain't been talking about shit.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, brother.
He just said ain't got mad, want to take us to war with him.
Land on Plymouth Rock.
Let me ask you, Sean. Why don't you own a weapon?
Yeah, Sean.
Okay, when I was in the military, I was in the Air Force. I was.
That's why.
Let me finish.
He don't own a weapon because he was in the Air Force.
I didn't finish.
Oh, you say stupid.
Go
They get
ahead.
weapons.
I was a cop in the Air Force. I carried a gun every day, loaded, on. What is the fuck is so funny?
He said loaded. Go ahead.
No, in the Army they shit wasn't loaded. You have
Okay.
the MPs were they had to go do a whole lot. In the Air Force, you used to pull ours out and fire. So I carried a gun every day for 4 years. When I got out, I had no desire to carry a gun.
Do you think in this climate?
I'm seriously considering it. For me, I don't like the energy of everybody having a weapon.
I don't like that either.
Because when you having a road rage situation, if you ain't got no gun, a lot of people ain't gonna talk
I don't
no
trust
shit.
everybody
Right.
having a weapon.
No,
Everybody ain't fucking mentally stable enough to
Right.
have no
And
weapon.
that's my.
you talk more shit when you got a gun in your hand than when you don't.
And see, that's
So I just don't like. I don't like the energy of it.
Carry a weapon?
Huh?
Are you mentally stable to carry a weapon?
I am. I'm like all of except for you. We are ex-military, so we probably done shot way more weapons
How you
than the
figure?
average person.
How you figure?
I figured that we done shot more weapons than the average person.
No, me.
You too.
How you figure?
Because the only army you was in Salvation Army. It was,
Now, be
So
honest,
are you mentally stable to carry a weapon?
most times.
Yeah, it's times when Marvin don't need no gun.
But I'm be honest.
Marvin.
I have a license to carry. I don't like having it on me.
Right.
But I feel like I gotta have it on me. I hate it where some people it makes them poke their chests out.
Mhm.
You see a lot
Yeah.
of that shit. Now you Superman because you got a gun.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? I hate
That
that
added
part.
courage that you
yeah,
didn't
I
have.
hate that.
That's
I hate
my.
that.
That's my thing about
And
carrying
that's
weapons.
my whole beef with guns. I think everybody should have a gun in their house, and I think that's where it should stop because it's like once it's almost like liquid courage.
It is.
Dudes, people, not just dudes, people who have guns, I think, are more willing to end conflicts with that weapon
Exactly.
than people are who don't have weapons. Two dudes. If a dude, you looking at a dude 6'8", and you 5'2", you more likely to walk away from that conflict. But if you got that thing on you, now you think you as big as him.
You're going to encourage the conflict.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
Because
and don't bring y'all goofy ass on here, you gun nuts. We're not talking about you who are trained and you go to the range every
We're not
day
talking about that.
and you got gun discipline.
Yeah.
We talking about people who don't have gun discipline.
Hotheads.
Like a couple of years ago at the Black Friday, you know how they fight over the toys? A woman pulled a freaking pistol on another couple because they was fucking going back and forth over the toys.
A chick,
Are you serious?
a hairdresser, chick pulled up at her house because the wig came off and she felt like she didn't install the wig properly. Showed up to this lady's house with an AK-47,
Yeah,
homie.
that's crazy.
With
That's
an
crazy.
And that's
AK-47.
dead wrong because she could have handled that with a handgun.
See what I'm saying?
Ah. And
Yes.
what's a trip is like you won't say fear for my life, fear for my life, fear for my life. If you pulling a gun out, what's stopping somebody else who got a gun
Right.
to pose you as a threat? They ain't got nothing to do with your conflict and blow your goddamn head off.
Yep.
I mean, this country is. I don't know about y'all, and this may be a little bit off the beaten path. I'm seriously considering moving out of here.
I think a lot of people having that.
A lot of people are
Dead
think a lot of
ass
people-
serious.
a lot of people are thinking
Getting
about that.
the hell on, and not just because of the state of where I think our country is going. I just think it's a lot of things overseas that are way better than they are here. There's some shit that's worse. I ain't finna. Ain't never gonna be no utopia anywhere I go. But I'm saying the food is way better overseas. Ain't
A lot
no
of dope
ain't.
ass places.
I'm seriously thinking about going to like the Philippines or Thailand, man. Like
Hey,
dead ass.
Watch them lady boys, boy.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna watch the lady
you
boys.
got
but-
lady boys here. So
Yeah, we do got
Atlanta.
My man, sorry.
You got
I
lady
forgot
boys
where we was at.
we got nigga bitches here.
We do.
Yeah.
All right, so let us know in the comments because it's time for us to get up out of here. Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Segregation is good, bad? Bring it back. Let it go.
Yes,
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey man, this has been a great
Time for
episode.
the new Black Wall Street, baby.
Hey man,
Let's do it.
hey man, thanks to you, Sean, bringing that situation up, that topic up, man. We appreciate you, Malcolm Sean. Hey man,
Malcolm.
put your goddamn put your goddamn glasses on and turn militant as
By any
motherfucker.
means necessary.
Black everything.
Like all
He came in. He came in ready to fight. Hey man, y'all continue to support the Yeah We Talk Like This podcast by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Make sure y'all follow
share it.
our
Come on, tell somebody. Goddamn.
y'all make sure y'all follow our IG page. Yeah, we talk like this for
Please, whatever you do, please just come on.
Please.
Watch us. Watch. God.
Hey man, on that note, we out of here, man.
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
It was like a fly. I so like a liquor.